Salahuddin Yusuf ibn Ayyub, known in the Western world as Saladin, is one of the brightest figures in Islamic history. He was not only a victorious military commander, but also a symbol of justice, tolerance, moral leadership, and chivalry. His character was so elevated that even his enemies respected and admired him. He lived during a period when the Muslim world was deeply divided and politically weak, while Europe launched massive crusades against Muslim lands. His era was marked by complex political realities. Egypt was under the Shiite Fatimid Caliphate, Syria was ruled by the Sunni Zengid dynasty, and the Crusader states controlled Palestine and the Mediterranean coast. Muslims were fighting among themselves, while the Crusaders had captured Jerusalem and carried out a brutal massacre of Muslims, Jews, and Eastern Christians. In this dark chapter of history, Saladin emerged as a unifying leader who brought Muslims together, established a strong empire, and liberated Jerusalem after the decisive Battle of Hattin. This victory was not merely a military success but a moral triumph. When the Crusaders captured Jerusalem, they slaughtered its inhabitants mercilessly. In contrast, when Saladin entered the city, he showed mercy, justice, and restraint. Civilians were protected, prisoners were treated humanely, and those unable to pay ransom were released. Christian pilgrims were allowed access to holy sites, and religious coexistence was restored. This article explores Saladin's life in depth, covering his birth and upbringing, education, military rise, conquest of Egypt, foundation of the Ayyubid dynasty, role in the Crusades, the Battle of Hattin, liberation of Jerusalem, encounters with Richard the Lionheart, his personal character, justice, death, and lasting legacy. Classical Muslim historians such as Ibn al-Athir, Baha ad-Din ibn Shaddad, Imad ad-Din al-Isfahani, as well as Western chroniclers, serve as the foundation for this narrative. Early life and family background. Saladin was born in Tikrit, in present-day Iraq. His father, Najm ad-Din Ayyub, was a Kurdish military officer serving under Imad ad-Din Zengi. The family originally belonged to the Kurdish Rawadiya tribe and traced its roots to the region of Divin in Azerbaijan. On the night of Saladin's birth, an incident occurred that forced the family to leave Tikrit. His uncle, Asad ad-Din Shirkuh, killed a man, leading to the family's exile. They settled first in Baalbek and later in Damascus. Damascus at that time was a major center of learning, culture, and Islamic scholarship. Saladin spent his childhood and youth in Damascus. He received a comprehensive education that included the Quran, Hadith, Islamic jurisprudence, Arabic literature, mathematics, astronomy, and history. He showed a strong inclination toward religious studies and was known for his dislike of philosophy, which he believed distracted from faith. In his youth, Saladin mastered horse riding, archery, spear fighting, and polo. Despite his skills, he initially showed little interest in a military career and preferred a religious and scholarly life. According to Baha ad-Din ibn Shaddad, Saladin was reluctant to join military expeditions, but circumstances eventually pushed him into the world of politics and warfare. His uncle Shirkuh, a renowned general of the Zengid dynasty, played a crucial role in shaping his destiny. Shirkuh took Saladin with him on military campaigns, introducing him to leadership and warfare. Their first major expedition together was to Egypt, which became the turning point in Saladin's life. Rise to power in Egypt. During this period, Egypt was politically unstable. The Fatimid Caliphate was weak, internal conflicts were rampant, and the Crusaders sought to seize the region. Nur ad-Din Zengi, the ruler of Syria, aimed to protect Egypt from Crusader control and strengthen Sunni Islam. Shirkuh led several expeditions to Egypt, with Saladin accompanying him. After Shirkuh's death, the Fatimid Caliph unexpectedly appointed Saladin as vizier. At a young age, Saladin found himself in a position of immense responsibility. As vizier, Saladin reorganized the army, crushed internal revolts, and neutralized threats from Fatimid loyalists. After the death of the Fatimid Caliph, Saladin peacefully ended the Fatimid Caliphate and restored allegiance to the Abbasid Caliph in Baghdad. This transformation marked a major shift in Islamic history and restored Sunni dominance in Egypt without widespread bloodshed. Saladin carried out extensive administrative reforms. He founded religious schools, hospitals, improved fortifications, repaired canals, and strengthened the economy. Egypt became the backbone of his power and the financial engine of future campaigns. Foundation of the Ayyubid Empire. After the death of Nur ad-Din Zengi, Syria plunged into political chaos. Saladin marched from Egypt to Damascus and established his authority. He presented himself as the rightful defender of Sunni Islam and the leader of jihad against the Crusaders. Over the following years, Saladin brought Aleppo, Homs, Hama, and Mosul under his influence through diplomacy and warfare. By uniting Egypt, Syria, the Hijaz, Yemen, and parts of Mesopotamia, he created a powerful empire. The rulers of Mecca and Medina recognized his authority, giving him unmatched religious and political legitimacy. This unity allowed Saladin to finally confront the Crusader states with full strength. The Crusades and the Battle of Hattin. The Crusades began as European religious wars aimed at capturing Jerusalem. After the failures of earlier Crusades, Saladin prepared carefully. A major provocation came when Reynold of Chatillon violated treaties and attacked Muslim caravans. Saladin responded strategically by drawing the Crusader army into open terrain near Hattin. Deprived of water and exhausted by heat, the Crusader forces collapsed. Saladin achieved a decisive victory, capturing King Guy of Jerusalem and executing Reynold personally due to his repeated betrayals. Other prisoners were treated with mercy. This victory shattered Crusader power. City after city fell, paving the way for the liberation of Jerusalem. Liberation of Jerusalem and justice. When Jerusalem surrendered, Saladin displayed extraordinary mercy. Instead of massacres, he established a ransom system and freed many who could not pay. Christian holy sites were protected, churches remained open, and Jewish families were allowed to return after decades of exile. The Al-Aqsa Mosque was cleansed and reopened for worship. The call to prayer echoed once again, symbolizing not revenge, but restoration and justice. The Third Crusade and Richard the Lionheart. The fall of Jerusalem shocked Europe. A new crusade was launched by powerful kings. Although fierce battles followed, including long sieges and major confrontations, Jerusalem remained under Muslim control. Despite being enemies, Saladin and Richard respected each other deeply. When Richard fell ill, Saladin sent him fruits, ice, and medical assistance. Their war ended with a treaty that allowed peaceful Christian pilgrimage while Jerusalem remained in Muslim hands. Character, justice, and death. Saladin lived simply, prayed regularly, and gave generously to the poor. At his death, his treasury was nearly empty because he spent his wealth on charity and public welfare. Even his burial expenses required donations. He passed away in Damascus and was mourned by people across religious and cultural boundaries. Legacy and conclusion. Although the Ayyubid Empire fragmented after his death, Saladin's legacy endured. He remains a symbol of unity, justice, and ethical leadership in war. His name is remembered not only in Islamic history, but also in Western literature as the embodiment of honor and humanity. Saladin proved that true greatness lies not only in conquest, but in mercy, justice, and moral strength. The story of Salah al-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub is more than a tale of battles and victories. It is a reminder that true greatness is defined by justice, mercy, and moral courage. In a world torn apart by conflict and division, Saladin proved that leadership rooted in faith and humanity can change the course of history. At History of Global English, our mission is to bring you authentic, well-researched stories of world history that educate, inspire, and challenge the way we understand the past. If you found this documentary meaningful, let it be a bridge between history and the present. Don't forget to subscribe to History of Global English, like this video, and share it with others who are passionate about real history and powerful stories. Your support helps us continue uncovering the truths of the past and bringing them to life for a global audience. Until next time, stay curious, stay